Look at that. Why he purple? It was different seeds or what? What's happened?
Look at that great harvest. Isn't that good? We're here at home celebrating our first harvest. This came from our garden. So stick around. In this video, you're going to see our plot, how we came to farm part of the plot. And you're going to see today how delicious these radish are. Stay tuned in the video. This is Russian farming from nothing, no experience. Also, remember to let us know if you have any tips for farming, okay? Enjoy the video.
Today we will take our vegetables, but let's take a look how it's looked this place before.
Just like so many other parts in this plot, this was one very dirty place. But I managed to pull everything out by hand, and eventually I ended up putting the pieces of wood on the bottom so I could separate my little different plots where I would put different types of vegetables. But yeah, this is exactly how it happened, and now let's get back to Ksenia.
This is where we put our radish, and now it's already done, and we can take some of them home and eat. Look at that. Big boys.
Nice. All right, let's start to get them out.
It's my first time in my life. Look at that.
Whoa,
A really big boy.
that's a big one.
Look at that.
All right, let's get it. You grab it a little bit closer to the bottom.
Up.
Oh, nice.
Good one. And this one too. Honestly, probably they all will go out today. Look how
That
funny.
was so funny.
Yeah. This can little grow up. Here we can take maybe this one. Up. Beautiful. Ay, ay, ay.
That one in the middle?
Yeah, right here. Oppa. So beautiful and smells so delicious. Look at that. Why he purple? It was different seeds or what? What's happened? But anyways, he looked delicious too. And now we have another one who ready to go. Let's take a look. Good one.
Whoa.
And now a beauty. Oh, it's small. It's baby, but I will eat it.
Look at that great harvest. Isn't that good? Just kidding. Look at that. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the majority of them. We're going to grab the majority of them and we're going to replant this area with radish. Now, just so you know, there's other crops here, right? This is my baby. This is a potato plant. We're going to talk about the rest of the plants that are growing. We know that it is not a lot, but because behind me, it used to be a disaster, right? We've been working on multiple things. At least we've managed to plant some radish, okay? Look at this. This is all going to be 100% organic, you know, straight out of the ground. The reason why there's so many of them, it was just an experiment. So you have some small ones, some big ones. It was an experiment to see if the land would actually give. And guess what? It did. We're going to just take all these out. You see, I planted way too many too close to each other. But Ksenia is a radish eating machine. She is crazy for these things. I don't know. She's like, in Mexico, we eat them, but we don't eat them like how she eats them. And we're going to keep going here. Some of these should be way too small. Oh, whoa, that's a pretty big one right there. You see, you can tell that I planted too many, but it was just a test. The good thing is that on this side, I'm growing beets and radish. Let's keep going here. Different sized ones. Different sized ones. And that's it. This cost 30 rubles because that's how much it costs to buy the pack, and I think it's worth it.
I can't believe what one bag of these seeds costs only 30 rubles, and every seed work. Like, look how much is it from one bag of seeds. And I'm so excited because in the future I will plant it more and more. It will be so beautiful.
Wow.
Now I will show more of our garden. Here we have potatoes. Let's go. We planted just a little bit potatoes because we like small baby potatoes. Only for now we eat like few times because it's growing and we don't have time to prepare this. And we have this. I don't know how it's called in English, but in Russian it's ukrop. Ukrop we use for soup, for salad, for everything. And you look how much it's grow up here too. Like, all seeds work. But here was green onion and for some reason he not grow up. Probably seeds was bad. But here grow up good. Here it's petrushka, kinza, like some people call it. And it's already grow up good too. You can see with these beautiful plants. And all this beauty, it's all carrot. Look at this one, it's really big. Soon we can eat baby carrots too. Really good.
What's that?
This, it's my drugs, honestly. It's peas, green peas. I love it so much, and I all the time dream have it, and now finally I put it. A little sad what I don't put more, but it's already grow up big. You can see it's bigger than my hand. And it start grab this line what I put for him, made easy way for him. And he already is so big, beautiful, so fast.
A lot of people always say, hey, do like go fishing, catch a fish and eat it. Well, look, I don't like to eat fish, but Ksenia loves to eat radish. And with what we get today from the garden, you will be seeing her cook some of these. And just so you know, her cooking's amazing. And we're gonna give a review of what our radish tastes like. I've already been eating them since they're small. I think they have such a delicious flavor. And honestly, I don't think I've eaten a better radish than the ones that we have here in our garden. So we're gonna take them home and you're gonna see Ksenia cook it and we're gonna eat some of it. But that's gonna happen after, because today we're gonna continue showing you what we have here. And right behind me is something that I'm really excited about. Ksenia planted grass and it's growing fabulously. I didn't believe that it was going to work. She bought the seeds on wild berries. That's why I said there's no way you can buy, it's like buying seeds on Amazon. And I said there's no way this is gonna grow. But there's a bunch of patches everywhere. And eventually it's gonna fill in. You know, we're gonna get more seeds and fill it in and take off the weeds when they're a little bit bigger so they're easier to catch. But you know, it adds like a little bit of nice view to the yard because we took the topsoil off. All of this used to be filled with like ugly grass, but now we're starting to grow like real grass, like this. It's freaking cool. Like, it's big enough to where you can trim the top. We don't have like enough to be able to cut it with the machine, obviously, but the smell of fresh cut grass. This is a beautiful strain of grass. Like I said, we want to clean it in the future. Ksenia chose the style of grass and it's growing very nicely. And in the future, you can just imagine all of this is going to be grass and we'll have our greenhouses there. But now it's time for us to replant the radish and some other things that Ksenia bought from the seed store. Look at that great harvest. Isn't that good? Just kidding. These are the little bastard children that didn't want to grow fully. We're just gonna donate them to the gods and put them in the backyard so that their nutrients go back to the ground. I'm gonna plant some more radish here, and hopefully maybe like next month, we'll have more to cook and eat. It's gonna rain tonight, so I'm not gonna water this ground. I'll take 3 seeds about that deep and cover it. The rest of them, I'm gonna probably put on another piece of the plot. All right. I like this place for a radish. That's why I did it here. But the rest I'm gonna go plant somewhere else. We'll see what grows out of that. The pack was 30 cents, and we'll see what we can grab just from this spot. You already know we planted some over there, and that is how it goes.
Here I'm gonna plant, it's called redka in Russian. I don't know how it's in English. Really not good at these words right now.
Is it this one?
Yes, daikon. I like it. You made salad, you cut these small slices and mix with carrot. It's really good. And it's little spicy like radish, not so much. Sometimes it's just sweet. Oh, seeds look like radish, honestly. Yeah, look like radish. Who knows, maybe it will be real radish. Let's try. I don't know how use it right. That's why I just learned. If it will be not enough space, okay, it's fine. It will be small, but you still can eat it. I try put not so much, but sometimes they fall down a lot, but I will move it. Make myself work twice. Close this. I hope these vegetables will like our ground. Grow up good. Now it's radish Alenka. It's Russian name. It's funny, we will try this one. And I have extra space on my land, on my piece. And I want to put how I want this radish. Let's see, but maybe rest of this go here. I don't have any experience. That's why I will learn. And like real old woman in the future, I will know how everything do. And line number 3 will be done. We still have rocks, but they're small. We'll clean our land every time. Okay, now it's time for green onion because mine not grow up. We'll try again. I hope it will work in this time.
What do the seeds look like on this one?
Yep.
Oh.
Onion, really important too. Oh, grow up, my babies. Oh, grow up. It's just these vegetables, it's all what we need for soup. Like carrot, this and this. Ukrop, petrushka, and green onion.
We're going to make a future video about the wall and how we put it up. Now the neighbors can no longer look in. The entirety of our house is walled off. But we already did produce a video showing how we broke down the buildings that were here because we needed to break them down to start building our wall. You can click the little thing that pops up if you haven't seen that episode to catch up, okay? I'm really proud of that episode because it was a lot of work. Please let me know if you've already watched it, and if you go watch it, let me know how you liked it. If anybody has any tips on how to grow different types of vegetables, let us know, and also comment below which vegetables grow pretty fast, because in Siberia our summer is very short. I know that these radish will grow like from 20 to 30 days depending on how well you water them. Also, let me know if I'm doing anything wrong, but I do, and I am proud of these potato plants here. I used 3 potatoes to grow like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and like seven or 6 plants of potatoes here. They're growing fantastic. I also have zucchini here. We need information on which are the best vegetables to grow in Siberia. If you're watching in America or in any other cold climate, help us out, okay? Unfortunately, I didn't believe Ksenia when she said that the grass would grow, and I threw a bunch of seeds of grass here, and it's totally infesting my little plot here. This is the new generation of radish. It's growing in beautifully, but the grass is ruining it. I also have beets here to make in future borscht. So a lot of you guys say try borscht. If we get enough beets, we will make the borscht, okay? Straight from the garden. It seems that radish I can grow. This was my first batch of radish. You've already seen it. We're gonna take that home, and we're gonna take it from the garden to the house to eat. It's gonna be delicious. I've already been eating them from the beginning.
At the store, how you can see, 200 grams cost almost like 120 rubles. But here we have 600 grams, 37. It's really good because it's only one bag of seeds for 30 rubles. Don't forget about this. And we have some small, some big ones, but we still can eat them. Look, they're really beautiful, and we try. It's really delicious. I know it already. I will cut just small circles, but I like made it with tomatoes. They're so juicy. And texture like creamy, so nice and soft like butter. Now I think I just will cut it on the circles and we will eat just with salt. Just enjoy. I already say I like it with tomatoes, but today I don't have tomatoes. That's why I will eat just like that. Just put a little bit salt and just will enjoy, because it's first our vegetables from our land. It's so excited. Okay, let's try it. It's look really juicy. It's not spicy. A little bit sweet and really juicy. And you can comment below if you have garden and tell your story what you have in your garden.
I'm gonna give it a try. Radish in Spanish is called rábano, and we eat this with tacos. We don't really put salt. Like, I don't like eating them with salt, just salt. I eat them with salt and lemon. That's Mexican style. It is very juicy. And it's not spicy in the beginning, but it does have like a spicy taste to it. I would say that this is like a really, really solid. And it's not because it's my radish. I just enjoy the taste when it's not so spicy. And it does have an aftertaste of spice. But I think this is the juiciest radish I've ever eaten in my life. And I've been eating these from the garden since they're little babies. The ones that weren't growing in well, I would cut them and eat them. So I have been eating these guys, and I knew that they would be delicious since they were that small. If you watched the video this far, remember this came straight from the garden. We do plan on harvesting more crops in the future. Next year, hopefully, we have a ton of vegetables. And we keep asking you guys to tell us what you're farming, if you have any tips, because we need more information and you guys always deliver. So do leave comments down below about farming techniques, farming tips, especially about crops that we're already growing, because we need all the information we can get. We'll see you guys on the next one. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. How are you doing?
I'm a little nervous, but I hope everything will be fine.